Hello, everyone. When it comes to cars that drive themselves, Tesla is miles ahead. It's very different in how you use it, how do you program it, and what it can do. A really cool new computer tool or model was made by something truly amazing. This is exactly what happened with generative AI. People can write code for it in everyday language. You don't have to use C, Haskell, Fortran, C++, or Java. You just program it with human language, your favorite language, and it could be precise, it could be imprecise, and somehow through conversation, this computer figures out what it is that you want, and it does it for you. It can even write software for you. It can create art for you. It can write stories for you, poems for you, to dictate for you. It could, condense a contract for you, and it could be deployed in so many different ways, as Microsoft and Google has just demonstrated. It's connected directly into the most popular applications in the world, Office and Google Docs. These are the most pervasive office automation productivity applications in the world. And now it's going to enhance those, and so this isn't a brand new computing platform, a new computing model. They realize that by scaling up these large language models, both in the number of parameters, effectively the computer science version of neurons, and the amount of data that the neural network learned from, or essentially, the metaphor of human experience, this AI model can do more, and the more experience you give it, the bigger brain it has. What was really groundbreaking was that at some point it could do things that you didn't have to explicitly teach it. Now, with all the technology they've put in place to make it so that you can teach it how to do things, they've been able to make it so that it's not biased and, ideally, not harmful to me. No other app in history has ever been so simple to use and so good at doing what you tell it to do. That's why it was the fastest growing app in the world. In just a couple of months, over 100 million people downloaded and used it. That kind of tells you what a groundbreaking app it was. When it comes to Tesla's impressive growth, it's not just about watching from the sidelines for Tesla bulls and people with a keen eye for finding the next stock market gem. This page tells you everything you need to know about Tesla. How much should Tesla stock be? What Tesla came up with, and everything Elon Musk. If you click on one of the affiliate links in the description and then buy something, our channel may get a fee. Well, the world is absolutely ready for this because we want more productivity. We want to do more with less. There are some major problems that we would like to be able to attack without the help of AI. We can't really get to it, and so these kind of breakthroughs accelerate work that none of us could possibly imagine doing just a few years ago. Whatever we teach it, it's able to perform. It can perform a lot faster than we can. This is no different than when we had access to search for the very first time. It was just incredible to have the world's information literally there right there in that one browser. And you could prompt it to find you information from anywhere. It was like instantaneously the world's libraries were turned inside out, and all of the information that we wanted to get access to we'd have at our fingertips. That capability enhanced human capability. It made us all smarter and made it possible for us to gain access to information quicker and lowered the bar for access to information. Every car will eventually have to be able to drive itself. Most people now agree that the best way to train these models to do that is to watch videos directly. We use labeled pictures to train them before. Things like this is a car, this is a sign, and this is a road used to have handwritten labels. We just put videos in cars now and let them figure it out on their own. It's crazy how far technology has come. This tech is a lot like the tech that makes big language models work, but it needs a huge teaching center since there are videos. There is a lot of data in videos, and the same method is used to teach physics and the physical world from videos that are used for self-driving cars. So technologies like Sora, which is just amazing, and other technologies, from Google, are also amazing in their ability to make videos that make sense, that are conditioned by human prompts that need to learn from video. This means that the next generation of AI needs to be grounded in physical. AI needs to understand the physical world. And the best way to teach these AI how the physical world works is by watching tons and tons of videos. In order to meet the growing need for computers in the coming years, the world has built data centers worth about $1 trillion. These data centers are used for a wide range of tasks. Use computers for everyday tasks. A lot of the credit for making things go faster goes to Elon. First, he picked the site, made sure it was cool, and then made the choice to build this 100,000 GPU supercluster, which is the biggest of its kind in a single unit. I started by working backwards to figure out when he would set everything up with him. That date was set a few months ago. That's when we demonstrated all the systems, networks, software integration, and because he had a digital twin, we planned out his whole supply chain and all of the router wiring. A small part of it was even set up as a ground truth, or System Zero, before the rest of it came. By the time everything got there, it had all been planned out, practiced, and simulated. Then there was the massive integration, which took huge teams of people connecting everything up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The clusters were up in just a few weeks, which shows how strong his will was and how well he could think outside the box. Through electrical and mechanical ways and get past what looked like big problems, it was the first time that a computer that big and fast had ever been put together for work. It would have been really amazing if our two teams, the networking team, the computer team, the software team, the training team, and the infrastructure team had worked together. Quite a feat to watch just a tonnage of electronics that had to come together. It'd probably be worth just to measure it. It's tons and tons of equipment. It's just abnormal. Usually a supercomputer system like that, you plan it for a couple of years from the moment that the first systems come delivered to the time that you probably submitted everything for some serious work. Don't be surprised if it's a year. And that happens all the time. It's not abnormal now. We couldn't afford to do that, so we created, and a few years ago, there was an initiative in our company that's called Data Center as a product. We don't sell it as a product, but we have to treat it like it's a product, everything about planning for it. And then standing it up, optimizing it, tuning it, keep it operational. The goal is that it should be, kind of like opening up your beautiful new iPhone, and you open it up and everything just kind of works. Now, of course, it's a miracle of technology making it like that. But we now have the skills to do that. And so if you're interested in a data center and just have to give me a space and some power, some cooling, we'll help you set it up within, call it 30 days. It's pretty extraordinary. But do you know who else shares in Tesla optimism? That would be today's sponsor, Seeking Alpha. Follow the link in the text below to get the most up-to-date information on Tesla. The best place on the web to find Tesla news is Seeking Alpha.